The Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight so that you won't be confused, is the anti-Christ party. It is anti-family. And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk.
All right, y'all, I had to share this one with you. God bless this Tennessee pastor. Alton Williams is his name, I believe. And I'm telling you, everything that you're about to hear is gooder than chicken. And I agree 100%. Hopefully you'll spread the word after you see this clip. But I'm sharing this one for all you lukewarm, quote unquote, Christians that still think it's okay to vote Democrat. You're wrong. I love you and all my neighbors as myself. That's why I'm calling y'all out. It's time to wake up out of the little woke slumber you're in and vote righteously. We need to be speaking out against wickedness like the apostles did, because if you don't combat demonic behavior, then it only keeps growing, and eventually, if it goes unchecked, will destroy a nation. We've seen it all throughout history. And yes, I know that no man or political party is perfect, just like no kings that God ever chose in the Bible were perfect. But there's clearly an evil bunch that we refer to as the left, while us on the right, we're fighting to conserve what's right, the truth, and what should be common sense. But then you got these lefties like Kamala that want a godless society with no absolute truths. They celebrate lawlessness via the LGBTQIA+++. They add a new letter every day. They want this gender confusion and you're thinking you could transform from a man to a woman. No. Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve in the beginning. Man, woman, designed to be together in marriage. I've said it time and time again. God's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and he gets everything right the first time around. So there's no need to remix it and try to change it to fit your little twisted agenda. And then there's those of us who are constantly fighting to preserve righteous moral values and defend innocent life from the womb to the tomb. We like our God-given freedoms that we've been blessed with in this republic, and we're not about to comply with this atheist Marxist agenda.
Well, the crazy things she says are not really crazy because they're direct quotes from Marx, where she says, what was will be replaced by what.
Unburdened by the past.
That's straight
that's
out
a Marxist
Marx.
quote. It is right out of Marx.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been, you know?
We have dreams. We can see what is possible, unburdened by what has been.
And I'm praying some things start changing, but we need people's hearts to change and repentance to take place before that can happen. At the end of the day, only faith in King Jesus can save us, y'all. But while we're on this side of the grass, we should be serving the Lord in everything we do. Every single aspect of our life should bless and honor God. You can't neglect who you're voting for. You can't neglect what you're watching, what you're saying, what you're listening to. None of that stuff. All angles of life should be honored towards the Lord. And you're either casting a ballot for Christ-like policies or you're at war with God supporting evil ones. You choose. Just don't forget that we're all going to have to give an account for our decisions come Judgment Day when Christ returns. Don't act surprised if your destination winds up in hell when you could have had salvation. Let's get it popping.
The Democratic Party, I'm going to say it tonight so that you won't be confused, is the anti-Christ party. It is anti-family. And I'm going to say this, you're not going to believe it, but it is anti-black folk. You are only needed for votes. You are only loved when it's time to get your votes. There's no real care about you. And see, we still stuck, and we got that thing ingrained in us that this is the party for the black man. It is not. The party has changed. Black people, really, to be honest with you, have never been the priority. They have only been used. Go back and look at the Civil Rights Act of 1964. We've all given Democrats credit for that, but Johnson was the one that wanted to pass it, but he couldn't get enough Democrat votes to pass it. It was the Republicans that pushed and passed the 1964 Civil Rights Act. Go tonight and look it up. Look at Wiki, W-I-K-I, put it in there, 1960. He couldn't even get enough Democrats to vote for it. So he had to go to Republican senators in order to help him out. They are anti-life. The party pushes stuff that's anti-life. It pushes anti-morality because most of their policies are immoral. That pushes sexual perversion. It is the party of death. Why do you say that, Pastor? If you go back, you'll see slavery started with the Democratic Party. And we saw many slaves that died. We also saw under Jim Crow. Jim Crow was established by Democrats. And we saw under Jim Crow how many were hung and lynched. And then we are seeing today how many babies, African American people are giving up their future because they won't have, in another 15, 20 years, they won't have enough people because they have cut their birth rates off and have aborted their children. This is exactly what the party wants. So it is a party of death when it comes down to it. It is a party that is against black families. Look at the history of the family. From slavery, which were Democrat plantation owners, in slavery, they separated our families. They would not even acknowledge the marriages of black families. They would even take a black man over here who called himself being married to a woman, but if he was a big, strong guy, they took him and made him mate with another woman. That's one of the reasons our marriages and our families have not been strong, because the spirit of that has passed down generationally. We have not always had strong family structures like we should have. Now, we did good up in the early 1900s, 1920, 30. Our families were pretty good and pretty strong during that time. But what happened was they bought the war on poverty. This was Democrat. Bought the war on poverty. You know what they did? They gave money to fix a problem. So they had programs, they gave welfare, but they took one key out that they understood was the key to the family. They took the man out of the home. Ladies, we'll give you the money, but you can't have a man in your house. That means the children now were robbed of them having a father. And so that kept, once again, another policy that has hurt our families. And then even today, Black Lives Matter, which was also supported by the Democratic Party, they had in their particular policies that they were against the nuclear family that had the father at the head. They did not believe in patriarchy. And so we look down through the years and we've seen the party destroy our families. And people don't see it because they don't understand truth. This is why policy is so important, because it should be about America first. That's like all of you in your homes, your home, your children, and what you're responsible for has got to be first before you go and try to help everybody else. So we need to take, in order to be a blessing to other citizens from other nations, we got to take care of America first.
Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, ring the notification bell so you get notified anytime I post a new video. If you like what I'm doing over here and you want to show a little extra love and support, make sure you go check out our website down below in the description section. That way you can get all the awesome shirts that you see me wearing in every single video. They're all made by my smoking hot wife with tons of different designs to choose from. Sizes ranges from itty bitty extra small to big and hefty 5X. I'm sure we got something that you'd like, or a great gift for someone that you love. Outside of that, you can always join the Gibson family here on YouTube and become a member by clicking that join button. You can buy me a coffee. You can join the Patreon family. All those links are down below as well. By no means do you have to do any of that. Just showing up and watching my freckle face on your screens for a few minutes, I'm greatly appreciative. I love y'all, and I can't thank you enough for rocking with me throughout the years. Until next time, I'll be praying for you. Godspeed. I'm gone.